In this video, we're going to discuss the Section 11 dosage error calculation assignment. So if we click on that, it takes you to this page here, and it talks about how at Hometown Hospital there's been a pneumonia outbreak. And it was widespread, affecting men, women, and children of all ages, and there are some major complications with the following patients below. So these cases, these 8 different people, are still in critical condition. So hospital officials have gathered some basic chart data from the pneumonia patients that were admitted during the 3-day period. So each patient received the same type of medication. It was cephalocor, a dosage amount 20 milligrams per kilogram per day. And as an outside evaluator, you're supposed to determine if the data is correct, and then report your findings. So the information will be used during an inquiry of hospital personnel to investigate the possible liability of the hospital and or drug manufacturer. So essentially what you're doing is you're looking at this data and you're saying, okay, here's how much all these people weigh, or this one here, and here's how much drug they got. So they got drug 3 times a day, and you can add them up and see what the total drug amount they got was. Okay, then you can do some calculations to figure out, well, how much should a 182-pound person take if they get 20 milligrams per kilogram? And so the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to look at this and say, okay, I got to turn these weights into kilograms. And once you have the weight in kilograms, then you can do some math and determine how much that should be. All right, so if you look down here, it says your report should be a page, and there's following information that you need. You need a chart indicating the patient's gender, weight, and recommended dosage for 24 hours. Since Excel might be useful, it's going to be useful. You're going to want to use it. Once you have that chart filled out, then you're going to see if any discrepancies are found and give a detailed report of what the discrepancies are. Alright, so when you do that, make sure you give an actual quantity. Say, this much too much, or this much too little. Alright, then you're going to make a conclusion where you decide, is this going to be hospital or drug manufacturer error. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to open up a spreadsheet. And we'll kind of go through one of the patients as an example. Okay, so once this is open, I'm going to make a table. Let me zoom in first. And let's see if we can just copy and paste it over. I have all this information here. I don't really want to rewrite it. So take that, copy, and perfect. Add that paste in there. Now obviously when you paste it, it looks kind of weird. So you might have to adjust some things in here. There you go. Alright, we have all the data in there. And so what we're going to want to do is we want to figure out, what dosage they should be getting. Alright, and so to do that, we have to convert weight into kilograms. Now one thing you'll find is when you have the units in the cell like this, it's going to make it hard to do anything. So if I want to do this plus that, it's going to give me an error because the LB doesn't understand that. If I got rid of those, then you can see that it will add them together. So in this case, the copy and pasting doesn't necessarily save you a lot of time. It's going to have to go through and delete all that out. But one thing I can do here is I can do weight, and I can put pounds. So it's weight in pounds. And I have to kind of take all those out. So unfortunately, even though it seemed like a good idea at the time, all these units are kind of making it tough to do any actual math on it. Okay, one thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to take all this and I'm going to center it. Alright, so the first thing to do is we need to figure out essentially how much they weigh in kilograms. So I'm going to insert a column. And let's do weight in kilograms. Right, and so to do that, we need to figure out how many kilograms are in a pound, how many pounds in a kilogram, And according to our formula sheet, there's something like 0.4564 or something. Let me pull a formula sheet out here real quick. Okay, so there are 0.4536 kilograms in a pound. So I'm going to take the number of pounds times 0.4536. Okay, and that means that 182 pounds is 82 kilograms. Okay, remember our shortcut and copying it down. So I made a change here. Let's go ahead and highlight that. All right, then I want to know what doses they should be getting. Okay, so I'm going to go, here's what they actually got. Let's look at let's insert a column. Let's do the recommended dosage. Okay, maybe make this a little bit bigger. Recommended dosage. All right, and so to get the recommended dosage, you're going to take the weight in kilograms times milligrams per kilogram per day, which is 20. Okay, so 20 milligrams for every kilogram, and that is how many milligrams you should be getting. All right, now if we're comparing these with these, we'll notice that this is a lot bigger than that, but this is the total. The total for all 3 times. So realize that you have to divide this by 3 to get the individual every 8-hour dosage. This is for the whole day. You have to add these 3 together to get the whole day. Okay, so one thing we could do then, we wanted to add maybe another column. There's a lot of ways you could organize this, but you could just say, maybe call this one recommended daily dosage. And so this would be the recommended dosage. So this would be the dosage just one time, whereas this is for the whole day. And this would just equal this one divided by 3. Okay, so if we look here, these really aren't any different. Okay, if it's off by less than a milligram, it's the same. All right, so this patient looks good. We're going to do the same calculation for the rest of them. Now, once you do that, you've basically done this first part here. Now, the discrepancies you want to go through. Now, what I would recommend is let's not worry about using a Word document here. Let's go ahead and just add a text box. So we can do insert, text box, and just start, talking about all your discrepancies here. So when you do say there's a discrepancy, say by how much. Say, patient B got this much more than they should have, or this much less than they should have. So you have a text box going over your discrepancies. And the last part is just kind of answering the question, does it appear to be hospital or drug manufacturer error? So what I would do for that is make another text box for that question. Okay, so basically kind of two boxes, one for who's at fault, and one for are there discrepancies, what are they? You'll find some, and then obviously a chart showing your calculations on there. Once that's all complete, you would save that and submit it to Canvas. I just have to figure out how to stop this thing. Recording, where are you?